They told us to give a disclaimer. The views expressed on this podcast are those of the podcasters, any guests, and do not reflect any of the management, owners, sponsorships, or employees of thereof. Pretty much, if you're soft, don't listen to this podcast.
One thing I pride myself on is just being the same and trying to look out for my folks along the way.
Like, even with all these, big things happening, like, you still mad humble, and you still, like, you have enough clout now where you could easily be like, I'm not fucking with this, I'm not fucking with that.
Oh yeah, motherfuckers, it's on.
Unrestricted Podcast listeners, thank you so much for clicking play. Because of you, those numbers are going up, up, and up. And as you know, the Patreon is alive and well. Head on over to patreon.com/DreRawka, DreRawka. If you want to help keep the lights on in the studio. Your boy is struggling out here. I got 3 kids. I'm trying to get into a house. Your $3 a month really helps. It goes a long way. I did the math. It's like 15 cents a day. For only 15 cents a day, you can help keep the lights on in the studio. Cue the, what's her name? Sarah McLaughlin. Cue it right now. But hey, if you don't want to make the payment, I get it. Head on over to YouTube, youtube.com/DreRawka, DreRawka, and just like, share, comment, subscribe. It's free to show love. Now, today I got 2 very special guests in the studio. They made the time for me this afternoon. I got Marco Sanchez and MG Vellinga. So the reason why I point at you is because your last name always throws me off. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, you did.
All right. Rise Boxing, classic fight teams in the building. What's up, guys?
What up, brother?
What's
Good to
up?
see you.
Marco, get on that mic. You've done this before.
Yep.
MG gets a pass because she hasn't really done this, but you
Scooted a little closer. So
get up on that
lean
mic,
back,
man. Man, we're coming off of. I mean, you guys had an event last night. You guys had some your team boxing last night. What else we had? We had Fierce Fighting Championship 42. You're coming off of. Zeke's coming off of Chris. Was there anybody else from Rise at that time or at that fight?
No, we had this other guy, James Iono, that won too, but he was just barely coming in with us for a few weeks and helped him out a bit. Yeah, it's Zeke's boy.
Yeah, that's right. He got a first round finish too.
First round TKO too, man.
Yeah, salute to him. And then before that, we had the Challenger Series with Ruben Rivera. Really like Ruben. Ruben.
Same. He's a good kid, man. He works hard.
I like his he's just humble. Like, he's just, and I say kid, like, no disrespect. Like, if you're younger than me, you're a kid. Like,
yeah, I catch myself saying that now too. I'm like,
yeah.
Where did that come from?
Solid roster that Rise is on right now, man. You guys are moving and shaking and moving right now, and I'm loving it. How are you guys feeling though?
Feel great. Of course, there's a lot of like ups and downs.
Pull that up to you and get that mic right up on that thing. I want you right up on that thing.
So with the fights, of course, we're excited of winning, right? But winning doesn't come without losing, right? Sometimes you just gotta get those experiences. Like, even last night, we had a couple boxers that lost, and I think it's just part of the game. Zeke and I came off some, tough losses, and look what just hard work and coming back and just going for it does to you. It does for you.
That's the story, man. Don't give up. All right, don't give up on yourself, and don't give up on others. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yep.
Like, I've seen, being in this fight game, I've seen gyms give up on people. I've seen people give up on themselves, and it's really hard to see. And that's one reason why I always follow up with people, because I'm like, dog, like, inside fighting, outside fighting, out of your profession, in your profession, like, I just want to see you win. You guys are good humans. You know what I mean? You guys opened the door to me at Rise to help promote your fight. And by the way, you an asshole getting it done in the first round.
Let's go, bro.
Zeke, 13 seconds.
Nah, his was like, damn, bro. I was all jealous. I was like, man, all that work, and you just did 13 seconds real quick. Just throw this bomb real quick. Perks of being a heavyweight,
Yeah. Zach last night, I'm like, dog, I put in more work on my computer than you guys did in the cage.
Yeah, let's go. That's always a goal, right?
Yeah,
get in there, try to go out, do your thing, get in there unscathed, come out unscathed, and skate on to the next one,
You feeling good, though? Your body feel good?
Yeah. Felt great. The weight cut was probably the best I've ever had it, especially dropping to 170. I haven't been that in, 2016, 2017. So to really make the changes, it wasn't just like 8 weeks, let me just switch things up. It was like a good solid year and a half since my last fight. It was like, hey, let's take this serious and take our nutrition serious and train the conditioning, and it just felt great.
I want to talk more about your fight, but I want to get over to MG. Coach MG, I've talked about you a lot. I've told a lot of people about you. I actually sent recently a friend I seen on her story. She was like, I'm looking for a gym to go to. I want to do boxing. And going into your gym, it just was very comfortable. And if I'm comfortable and I look at the women in your gym and they're very comfortable being around just guys that are just hitting the pads really hard, and I was like, this is a spot for you. Like,
Thank you
being
man.
a woman wanting to get into this thing, it's intimidating. Well, look, Coach MG will get you in good hands. So hopefully she goes over to you guys. But I want to know a little bit about you, your start, and where Rise Boxing is and whatnot. So are you originally from Utah?
Yeah, I grew up in Santaquin, small town, farm girl.
Where is that? Is that south?
It's like, an hour south of Salt Lake.
And then
Yeah, down there, yeah.
How did you get into boxing?
I always kind of wanted to do it, and it's crazy because I called gyms early in 2005, 2006, and everybody was like, oh, we don't train girls. And then 3-4 years later, I found fitness boxing gym and went into it. And I remember I asked the lady afterwards, hey, do you guys do any sparring or anything? And she was like, yeah, we'll do some sparring this weekend. Come. So I show up and there's no ring, concrete floor, all these girls in a circle. And she has us, I didn't even know how to throw a punch right. I'd had one fitness class, and she had a spar, fight, street fight, whatever. Nobody knew what they were doing. And I knew when I got in there with this girl, I was like, I know this isn't boxing. I knew enough to know that it was total bullshit. And I left that day and sought out a real gym and found somebody to train me, and I pretty much trained 5 days a week ever since.
Was there any sports in between there? What was you doing in high school and whatnot?
Yeah, high school, I was an athlete when I was younger. My high school years, I kind of had a hard high school period. I ended up in foster care, and sports weren't really as much of an option for me during that time. But I got into outdoor sports. I was climbing, working as a hiking and climbing guide, trail running, outdoors girl. And but I'd always been super competitive athletically, and I don't know, I just always I always felt like I wanted to try it, and I don't know.
Was there a certain fight or something on TV that you seen that was I want to try that?
No, in I think it was 2010, maybe 2009, I saw a poster for the National Golden Gloves was in Salt Lake, and I was like, man, that seems awesome. And so I went, and it was at the Salt Palace, and there was nobody there. Have you ever been to a national tournament?
I haven't.
Boxing tournament? There's the families, but there is no fan base. And it was super, you could tell it was high level boxing. And I was like, why is nobody here? And I went and asked a coach about it. And that was kind of where I started to have a little bit of an interest to actually seek it out. But I don't know, I just always had kind of a desire to do it, and found it, and yeah, here I am. That's
one thing that I think we struggle with is the awareness. Because you talk about the Golden Gloves, right? I feel like I want our combat sports events to have the same publicity as when Slightly Stupid comes into town, or Kelly Clarkston or something like that. These big concerts, or the concerts in general, you'll hear about them. Oh damn, they're in town. I feel like that's how I want our combat sports to get that type of attention, which is why I do this.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I feel like as long as once you go to one, whether if it's a boxing event, an MMA event, kickboxing, whatever it is, you feel the electricity. Because we got the athletes that put on the show. And I feel like if they get to see you perform or see an athlete perform, they're more likely to tell somebody and come back.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like that's a big part of why when I opened Rise, that I have the model I have, is just trying to get people to be around fighters and to become fans of the sport. I didn't really know anything about boxing. I didn't grow up in a family that watched boxing. I didn't grow up like really knowing much about. My uncles were, you know, I feel like the generation above us, everybody kind of fought. And so like my uncles would put boxing gloves on me at family reunions, and I would get to, you know, box some of my cousins, but I didn't really watch fights, you know? And I feel like when I did get in the gym, I was blown away with how nice everybody was, because everybody, you know, I'd tell people I boxed and they'd be like, oh, I'm not going to piss you off and all the stuff that you hear. But I think that that was something that really surprised me, was the sportsmanship within the sport, and just the, you know, it's not what it seems. Like, yeah, we all can hype up fights, and there's the TV side of it. But I think that once people really get connected to it, it's a really easy sport to become a fan of, but we've got to figure out a way to do that.
So what was that first gym? You went to the I don't want to say the make-believe gym, but the gym that you found out was BS. So at what point?
Before we get to that, when you guys, the whole thing I've been thinking about this whole time is, how did that sparring go with that girl in the parking lot? You said you sparred with somebody in the parking lot. I wanted the fighter in me would not let that go. I was like, did you beat that girl's ass? Or
Dude, I threw like 2 punches and she fell down or got knocked down or whatever. And the lady stood us back up and told us to go again. And I knocked her down again. And she was like easily like 30, 40 pounds heavier than me. And I joke that I'm like farm girl, but I've kind of always had farm girl strength. I was like that's still my strength, is like I have good power, and it's not fun. I don't know. It's fun fighting. I love fighting. I love fighting. But I don't I didn't enjoy it. It was such a weird environment. It was like literally a bunch of girls standing in a circle on a cement floor, and you can see horrible striking when you don't have to know a lot to know it's ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that didn't feel good.
That was Utah Combat Sports in 07.
Yeah, 2010 for real though. For real, yeah. You know,
too
even
funny. Sorry, I couldn't let that go. I had to be like, hold up, how did that sparring session go?
This is sort of off topic, but I do want to say, 2010 to 2013 or so, truly then, they weren't really letting me spar anybody but females. Like, the culture has come so far. I fought probably, 5-10 times with 1 or 2 sparring sessions before I would fight, because they were really in the gyms. People weren't really letting girls spar dudes. And
why was that? Was it just because they were scared of?
I think women's boxing, women's combat sports in general, I think kind of was just getting off the ground then. I think it comes from a good place of wanting to protect fighters. And I don't know, I think it's kind of like you said with the girls in my gym being comfortable. Until you have somebody who paves the way, you don't really know what to do, right? And I think a lot of coaches had their hearts in the right places, but really just sent us out pretty unprepared. Because even now it's hard to get the right work and good work as a female sometimes. But I think back then it was like, we want to protect you, but I don't know that is really good protection.
I had I do another podcast, Figure 4. It's a pro wrestling podcast, and I had a young lady by the name of Reina, the King of Dragons, on, and she was like, I had a baby and they wouldn't let me come back and train. And she was like, and when they did, they put me with the girls that aren't experienced, and they wouldn't put me with the guys, and it was really hard for me to get those reps in. So to hear it from your perspective, it's like, man, all this, what Ice Cube say, every hood's the same. It's like, it sounds like you guys,
sure.
A lot of the same experiences.
Yeah.
So does that change the way that you coach? Are you?
Oh, for sure. I'm on the other side of that. I fight at 112, so I'm also always the smallest person in the gym and female, And so now I've sparred with all sorts of dudes, tall dudes, big dudes, small dudes, everything, And I feel like I know that when you get in there, the fight is going to be harder than you think, for sure. And if your hardest sparring is not preparing you for the fight, like no matter what, it's going to be harder than the sparring you've done for the most part. Just people are coming with a different intensity, even if it's, 100% sparring. And I think that, like, I want my guys to have that experience in the gym, not in the fight. And so I push my guys to spar hard. I don't really like, boxing typically is a little bit harder sparring than MMA and Muay Thai. I mean, that's a whole other conversation, but yeah, I definitely think that you need to, if you can't hack it in the gym, then you shouldn't be in the fight.
Mm-hmm. Not everybody in your gym is trying to fight, though, right?
Oh, for sure, no.
Yeah. Going back to before Marco decided he wants to get into blood sport conversation.
Let's hear the results.
What was your first gym once you got out of the BS gym?
Yeah, it's not around anymore. I went to Bressler Boxing for a little while, and then was with Gary Gomez at Gomez Boxing for first few years. And
then, do you go pro while you're with Gomez Boxing?
No, I didn't go pro. I had a handful of gyms before then. Yeah. When I turned pro, I was.
How many fights did you have as an amateur?
57 fights.
Wow.
Yeah.
All at what weight? Fly? What is it?
112, yeah, flyweight.
Is that even a weight class?
Yeah, it's a weight class.
Do they even register? Is that a scale?
Yeah, there's even smaller weight classes too, like 105,
101, 105.
There's a 101 for real?
Yeah.
Damn, what
they tried it for a little bit. I don't know if it really lasted. I don't think there were enough girls to make it work, but
is it hard to find an opponent at that size?
Yeah, I majority of my amateur career, I was going to these national tournaments just because I wasn't fighting here very often. So I would take myself to these national tournaments and like tap on whoever was in line in front of me and ask if they would corner me at these tournaments. And but at national tournaments at that time, there was a regional Eastern and Western, and you could just walk in. They're open tournaments that anybody can fight at once you have a certain number of fights. And it's an advancing tournament, so if you win one day, then you fight the next day. But I was always guaranteed to have at least, 2 or 3 fights if I won, because there were, 8 to 10 girls in the bracket. So it was like a way for me to just get experience. And, I feel like in a way I was lucky too. Like I started boxing when I was 28 years old. I had a 1-year-old daughter. Like there was no money potential in women's boxing. So I didn't start looking at this as my career or looking to make any money. I just loved to fight and really loved boxing. And so I feel like in a way it was kind of freeing because I could go out and go to these tournaments and just see how I did. And, I had a opportunity to fight a high level girl and did really well. So I was like, well, fuck it, let's see what can happen.
That's when you were like, yo, I can do some shit with this, huh?
Well, no, really what happened is 2012, I had 3 fights. In 2012, 2010, right after I had my first fight, they announced that women's boxing would be added to the Olympics. It was the last female counterpart for a male sport.
Holy
and I was
that's so late.
Bro, right? I was like, holy shit, 2012, we're barely adding, right?
Damn, they were like, the world's supposed to end, so
might as well,
Jeez.
Let's throw a bone.
That's insane.
Yeah, dude, wild time. But I looked up who the top girls in my weight class were, and I also just knew how small the pool was. And I was like, bro, I think I only got to beat 20 girls. Maybe I could be an Olympian. And I right then was I'm going to see if I can make it to the top. And that I don't know if it was blind dumb faith or what it was, but at the beginning I was I think I could beat these girls. And
you did go pretty far. And
yeah, I did go. I mean, I did go far, but I just looking back now, what it took to get to, that level at the beginning, I think I was oh, I'll just beat these girls. And in hindsight, it took me a lot more work and a lot more time and a lot more fights to get to the place that I was competing at the top level.
How was that being in that tournament with being a mother at the same time?
Wild. Wild. I would have her in the corner with some random stranger babysitting, and she's like, Mama, keep your hands up, keep your hands up, literally. Yeah. I don't know though. Like,
MG's like, yo, I need you to corner me. I need you to babysit.
Hey, you got this, right?
for real.
That's
Just
what it
3
takes.
rounds. It's just 3 rounds. I'll be right back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I don't know, man. It was
How do you find the courage for that though? Because I mean, just listening to you start later than most people, right? It's just now being sanctioned as a thing where women can actually do this thing on that type of level. You're a mother. Like, how do you find the courage to be like, yo, I'm gonna do this?
yeah.
Did you always have courage? Like growing up, did you have this type of courage?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think like the truth is I feel like I had a pretty rough childhood, and I think that like my early 20s were hard. I came out of foster care, and my dad passed away a couple of years later, and then I had a really bad injury. I broke my foot, like walked on crutches for 2 years, walked on a cane for a year, and like I really just kind of had like one thing after another. And I feel like at the point when I started boxing, it was like something I could do for myself, and I was finally at a place where I don't know, I wanted to prove to myself that I could invest in myself and make something, you know, like I had a narrative, like I'm going to get all a little emotional, but I think like my whole childhood I'd been being told like that I couldn't amount to anything. Like I had this, you know, these things that I was supposed to fail at again and again. I just like, I really wanted to prove to everybody that I could determine what the fuck my life was going to be and not fall into the statistics that everybody had mapped out for me. And so I feel like when boxing came, like I was a single mom, I don't know, it's like I know I was older, but I was finally at a point where I realized like my life is on my terms, and I'm going to do what I want with it, and I'm going to be successful at the things I want to do. And just because I'm a little older doesn't mean I can't still have an opportunity to chase a dream and to do what I want for myself.
Mm-hmm. Bet on yourself. That's a hard thing to really do. You know, when I first got this studio, it's like, dude, I'm taking money out of my kids' mouth. You know what I mean? To follow this to follow this dream and this thing that I feel burning inside of me. You know what I mean? So I put myself in your shoes. It takes a lot to bet on yourself.
Yeah.
So at what point do you bet on yourself and be like, I'm going to go to Park City and get a gym called Rise Boxing?
Yeah.
And I know where there's a lot in your story that we're missing.
Yeah, that's all good though. Yeah.
We're going to get a part 3, 4 from MG. Don't worry.
Let's go. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, you know, I had moved up to Heber, and
why?
You
missed the country?
Yes. Yeah, yes. I do have a love-hate relationship with it. But yeah, there was no gym up there. I was training for a little while at a gym in Heber, and I think it shut down. But people up there knew me, and I was driving a handful of kids down to Salt Lake to the gym and driving like hour, one way.
So hold
train.
on. You have a gym. You're hosting classes?
No, there's like a rec center up there that has a bag. So I would like go to this rec center and hit the bag. I had like a little setup at home, and I was still training, but I was mostly training myself through that time. And I got an opportunity in 2017 to go to the Olympic Training Center, and they did like a little story on it and some people. So I would be at the gym training at this little rec center, and people would come up to me and be like, oh, you're MG or whatever. Like I had won some national tournaments around that time. So I was getting like some coverage in the local newspaper and whatever. I was a little mini local famous in Park City, like Park City also doesn't have a boxing scene. It's like skiers. So, but people would come up to me, and I had a couple of guys who wanted to train. And so I would bring some of them with me to the gym down here in Salt Lake. I was training with Rick Montoya at Flashes at the time. And I don't know, I just knew that, boxing, I think all martial arts is a place for a lot of misfits sometimes. And Park City's I was living in Heber, working in Park City because I couldn't afford to live in Park City. But there's plenty of people in Park City who don't have, access to the Park City life or whatever. And I know the power boxing has to create I don't know, confidence and empower people. And the people that I was bringing down here, like I just felt like there was a place, like Park City needed a boxing gym. And I knew I had I was like coaching fitness stuff. I had like 3 jobs. I was running a food pantry in Camas and Colville, like worked in the nonprofit world a little bit, and then also working at a restaurant. So I had like a big network in a bunch of different little zones, you know what I mean? And I knew I had a good enough following that I could probably start a gym. So I tested it. I like rented space from a CrossFit studio for about 6 months or so. And I had like the worst times. I had like a 3 p.m. window that I could train people and an 11 a.m. window. And we'd like carry the bags, set them up every day, take them down every hour, set them back up, take them back down. But I was able to grow this little program and was like, well, if I can do it in this space, if I had my own gym, maybe I could actually make it work. But I knew it would be, I don't know, I knew that Park City doesn't really have a fight scene, and running a fight gym in general is hard. So I kind of decided to go with this like fitness and fight gym model with the hope that I could keep the gym open with the fitness crowd, convert some fans to the sport, maybe build some fighters, and that's kind of how it happened.
Have you always been in the same spot that I went to?
Yeah.
That's always been the location.
Yep.
What year did Rise open?
2018.
So you opened right before the pandemic.
Bro,
How was that? How did you manage
Oh, man.
a new business through a pandemic?
Yeah, dude. I feel like we just had, first of all, I had a good following, and I think we were really fortunate that there's a portion of the population up there who was a little bit protected from pandemic economics. And so we did
Hold on, pause. It started in Park City too. Because my boy, he DJ
you're
Battleship.
right.
Battleship.
I forgot about that.
My homeboy DJ Battleship. He was at the venue where they're like, "Yo, we had our first case up here in Park City."
Yes, I forgot. You're right.
Well, it's a resort town too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? People are coming in and out of there all the time.
We hustled though. Marco had started, I think, the year before, right? Maybe 6 months or even some.
Yeah, I think
right
it was a
in
year
there,
before.
right in there. But I had all my crew. We'd come in like once a week and we'd video these boxing workouts and we would put them online. And
mask or no mask in the video?
No masks in the
Okay.
video, bro. But I ran like Zoom classes online, and I just told everybody, I was like, hey, if you guys can keep paying anything, keep paying something. I also got really lucky, and I at the time I was a ambassador for Lululemon, and they created a grant program where people who were in their ambassador program could receive a small grant to help. I got it to try and keep paying my employees. So I was able to get this grant that allowed me to keep on paying my employees with that. And then we just asked all of our members, like, hey, if you can keep paying anything, like we'll provide these classes, we'll provide these workouts, and just like get us through the pandemic. I mean, I didn't know get us through the pandemic, but I was like, get us through this month, and then this month, and then this month. We rolled classes outside. We were sparring outside after that. We hit adjustment after adjustment after adjustment trying to make it work.
It says something about your guys' community up there then, right?
Yeah.
Like it says something.
Yeah.
I mean, to last that, I mean, we started at the same time. I got this place in 18. And they wouldn't let me travel. I don't know if you guys remember. You had to get like a essential worker, like literally you had to get a pass to leave and go county to county. And so they were like, you can't have people in the studio. And I was like, well, it's kind of
what I do.
Exactly.
So
Like how and I told the people that I rent the spot from, and they're like, sorry, we still got a mortgage, so
Same.
you still got to pay rent.
see you at the first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that time was really hard, and just to see where you guys are now, like you guys, I don't know what it. I'm not a day to day at Rise, but just the time that I went there, it just feels like you guys had a strong community up there.
Yeah, we do. We really do. I feel like, I don't know, we all, as coaches, I think we put our heart and soul into it. And I think like we've been able to create a culture that starts at the top. And I think it's like people walk in the beginning, I felt like every single person who walked in the door, I needed to be right for. And I'm not right for everybody, and we're not right for everybody. And I slowly learned that if I really like fucking love people. I'm like one of those people who, to a fault sometimes, but I genuinely really want to have an impact and help people. And I kind of realized a few years in that people would come in who weren't happy. Like they didn't want to learn technique. They were in the fitness program and they just wanted to work out and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I remember this one specific woman who I was like, man, I know she would love this other gym that was like, had nothing to do with boxing. But I talked to her after class and I was like, hey man, I think this place would really work for you. And she called me like a week later and she was so happy about it. But it was like a aha moment for me where I realized that like being genuine and like, hey, we're not right for you, but I think I could help you figure out what you really want. Like that's more like, I would rather run a business that I want to hang out with every single person in my business, inside work, outside work, I want to make that, like I spend more time there than I spend at home. Why am I going to be around people I don't want to be around? Mm-hmm. And vice versa, you know what I mean? And I think when we really like we love martial arts. I love boxing. I think about it all day, every day. And that's, I think, when you really tap into doing something that you love and do it from the heart, the people who are also there because they love it and they're doing it from the heart, like it all works. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Are you sick of podcasts that just interview people with the same questions and gossiping nonsense?
Are you tired of hearing about what's wrong with the world? Can you locate your nearest orphanage?
Who cooked the Last Supper?
R.I.P. Mr. Potato Head.
Seppuku Harakiri.
Where is Mavis Beacon?
This is Hos.
And this is Host Beefy.
Listen to the Beans and Rice podcast.
Exclusively in Braille and all streaming platforms.
Patent pending.
If you're a sports athlete looking for a mouthguard to protect your pearly whites, look no further than All Sports Mouthguards.
All Sports Mouthguards, located in West Jordan, Utah. Come visit us, 1385 West, 9000 South in West Jordan, Utah. We offer high quality, made in the USA, custom molded and custom designed mouthguards.
No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now. You are the ex-champion, Olin.
Now this is the way, Tony and David, that you do the figure four leg lock.
You love wrestling.
Do you believe that Stone Cold Steve Austin is the greatest entertainer of all time?
Or maybe that Shawn Michaels is the sexiest man alive.
Or did you have a thing for Sonny from the years of 1994 to 1996 like I did?
Did you know Yokozuna isn't even Japanese?
If you could count the number of dimples on Rikishi's ass, this podcast is for you.
Follow us, the Figure 4 Podcast on Instagram, at Figure4 Podcast. And check us out on YouTube.
Do it.
Tell your punk ass friends about us.
Yeah.
Are you still competing?
I'm trying really, really hard. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting in a fight, but yeah, hope is to.
Is that from a competitor? Like, are you saying, hey, I want to fight, and nobody's really taking you up on your offer?
Well, yeah, I have a couple promoters who are working hard to get me matches, but I'm just in a weird place where I feel like I'm a tough opponent right now, and so the girls coming up kind of don't want to test themselves, but I don't quite have a promise for a title fight if I can get an 8-round and a 4-round fight, but I got to make those fights happen first.
Shit. Well, how do we get that? How do we get the ball rolling?
Ladies, let's fight.
It sounds like the heavyweight division. It's not.
I should move up. No, I'm just kidding.
125? Shit.
Just kidding.
No, Marco will give you that look like, motherfucker.
No. You hit hard, but no, let's see where we're at.
Jeez. Well, we need to get you a fight.
Yeah.
Could you throw your own fight and get your own person? Well, I guess you would still have to have somebody take you up on your offer, right?
Yeah. I think we are talking about moving weights. We just made a offer to go down in weight in hopes that
what? 101?
108. 108, yeah.
Is there going to be anything left of you?
No, just
power.
Just the guns.
Just power, yeah.
Just the guns.
I really actually, I wanted to go at 108 early in my pro career because in amateur boxing, it's same day weigh-ins, and I was making 112. I would cut like 2.5 pounds day of. So I've always felt like I could make 108, but I just had established myself at 112. And I have thought once at 109 I had a tougher fight. But I think that if I do it right, I think 108's doable for me, and I think I'll be strong at that weight.
If an alien crash lands in Utah, right? Crash lands in Park City, and they're a big combat sports fan, MG, what is the one fight that you would introduce yourself to them with?
That I fought?
Yeah. Your fight. The one fight that you want to introduce yourself to the alien race.
I don't understand.
So if I'm going to introduce somebody that's never seen pro boxing before, right? I'd probably give them Lennox Lewis Tyson.
Oh, got you.
Right?
Got you.
Introduce them to the sport.
Yeah.
So an alien crash lands. Which fight of yours are you going to introduce them to show them who MG is?
I don't know. Probably I fought this girl, Simona Serpa, in Florida. That would probably be the fight. She was a crowd favorite, local favorite, and I just had fought here 2 weeks before. It was like a last minute fight, but I knew that was a fight that she didn't know what she was getting into, and I love going into somebody else's hometown and showing them what's up. Yeah.
Were they booing you? Have you been booed?
No, I don't know if I've been booed.
I don't think they booed you that
They
time.
didn't boo me. They just stayed quiet. But afterwards, they were super hype, and they were like, I don't know.
You
Then
turned
it's
them
fun,
into fans that night.
And
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you put in work that night.
I'm not also, like, I'm a shy girl. I don't love the walkout. I don't love, like...
You don't like
I
the
like
flair of
fighting,
it?
man. Yeah.
You're not the entertainment portion of this.
No, I'm not. But so afterwards, I think, like, I love interacting with the crowd one-on-one. I love having those conversations. But I think, too, it's kind of fun because when people talk to me, they're like, dude, you're, like, the chillest, nicest... Not the, I don't know. I'm not, like, she was a little bit of a showboater, and I think sometimes I love that duality in the fight game. Like, some of the meanest people I know are chill, nice. Like, I don't know. I love that about it. But that was a super fun fight for me.
What about you? Which fight would you introduce an alien to of yours?
Either this last one or the one with Freddie Sandoval, so they don't know I don't fuck around, you know?
For real.
I'm trying to finish from everywhere, so.
You threw some elbows in this last one, too.
Oh, yeah. I finally got to throw the 12-6, bro, since the rule changed.
Yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, you brought that up. Because the whole time I was telling my wife, I was like, yo, Marco's going to get disqualified. What's he doing? Because you're going up and up.
Well, once I dropped him, I knew it was over already, but I threw like 2-3 elbows, and I was like, well, he's covering up, so I'm just gonna throw on his guard. And I went to punches, and then Tyler, the ref, like after 8 or 9 punches that I'm punching from the heavens, he's like, a lot of those are on the gloves. And then I was like, okay. And I was like, say less.
Hold on.
It kind of annoyed me that, like, don't get it twisted. Tyler, you're a great ref, bro. I love you, bro. No disrespect. But he was done. You know what I mean? And that's why I was cocking back, throwing. And I remember him saying that and kind of like processing it at the same time. Like, what the hell?
During the fight, he's telling you this?
After that knee dropped him, yes.
He told you during the...
He's
you
like,
guys be talking like that?
Not enough ground and pound.
Unless it was somebody else that yelled that out. But I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, it was just saying like, hey, like...
Get on them.
A lot of those... He's not wrong, you know. Boquette was saying shit after the fight, too. After, he's like, oh, those weren't accurate shots. I'm like, bro, like... you cover up like this... and just let me hit you as hard as I can with just your hands. Pretty much the gloves, it's like small padding. You don't have anything, you know?
Yeah. Let's take me through that, man. Like, when do you get the call to come back to, MG talks about having a hard time to find a fight. When do you get the call? Yeah, I'm assuming from Zach that, hey, I got an opponent for you.
Zach had thrown it in there just here and there over the past, like, 5 months, 6 months or whatever, and I was working towards coming back, and I don't know, I just felt like the right time with it's hard to fight, that's one thing we could talk about too. It's hard to fight with two guys that you're like head coach for, you know what I mean? And for them to be selfless to let me jump on the card with them too and be okay with me not being in their corner. And I was able to go out there with Zeke for sure, but with Chris.
Who did Chris have in his corner?
He had Coach Dane from Agima, and then my boy Tyler Wumbles from Classic Fight Team.
Okay. He's the one, he walked out with all you guys, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Tyler's my boy, man. That whole team at Classic Fight Team is like who built me back home in Cali. And if you look up at all the fighters that he's working with now, or everybody's worked with, even in the beginning, like guys like Kevin Yip, Andre, my boy Raymond, like it's just killers. Everybody's fought at a high level. So I felt good to have him here and have, him corner Chris and help out a bit.
So you get the call from Zach. So you guys been working on getting you a fight for about 5-6 months?
Yeah, just talking here and there. And then unfortunately with Kent being out, it was just like, all right, this is the right time, And that was before we knew like Zeke was going to be on the card or anything too. So I'd already decided like Maverick Center, why not come home? I live like right up the street. I guess it's time to get to work,
Your first Maverick Center walk as a competitor, right?
No, I did it for LFA. I forgot what year it was.
Was it the same year that Iman was on it?
I think it was that time.
I think Eric Iman had that
one or the one
crazy
before.
knockout.
Yeah.
Bro, some lady, low lie, we're watching. I didn't even know Eric at the time like that. And he splits this dude's wig. He knocked him out cold. Lady behind me, he killed him.
Hey, he was out.
I was like, gee. Yeah.
For somebody who's been out pretty bad, that guy was out pretty bad.
Yeah, it was bad. So you have made that walk before?
Okay. Yeah, once before.
But the first time for Fierce?
Yeah, it was first time for Fierce. It was good to be, I don't know. I'm just comfortable under the lights and whatnot, especially now just cornering all the guys everywhere, whether it's the UFC or here locally at Fierce. Just being in that locker room is just another day,
Why was Justin McDonald the right competitor for you on this rebound fight?
I don't know. He had a good record. He had originally wanted to come over to Fierce to fight Alden. Didn't work out. Zach asked me, and I was just like, yeah, why not?
So not much to it. You're just like, all right, let's do it. I'm ready. Let's get it going.
Yeah, if it's at the right time and, yeah, just the right time. He was on a 3-fight win streak, after losing his pro debut, and it was just a good match, He was ranked number 2 as a welterweight here in the state of Utah. So, like, I'm 2-3. You're supposed to beat me, right?
I mean, on paper. You were fighting at middleweight, right?
Yeah.
And then at what was the point where you're like, let's drop it down to welterweight? Was it before you even took this fight?
Yeah, it was supposed to be the plan for a lot of years. It was just on me, just poor decision making of just saying, you know what, I don't want to cut weight. I'm just gonna stay here at 85 when those guys that I was fighting at 85 are dropping from like 220, 225. And as you could see, anybody I fight, it doesn't matter if it's giant Greg Ellis or I come out the same with everybody, bro. Like, I come gunslinging every single time. But I could feel the difference in the clinch. Anytime I went to clinch, like anything on the cage, that's when you can really feel the mass and the difference. I could keep up with the speed and everything, but it was just the strength, the size at 185. And I'm just being honest with myself, and just had to make the right decision since my last fight. And like, all right, now it's time to make the right changes and make a run at 70.
You talk about the power on the cage. You feel stronger at this weight?
Yeah, for sure.
Why was East LA the song that you walked out to?
Just I don't know. It just felt right, And I like Will I Am, and what the song represents. If you listen to the whole jam and stuff, and I don't know, it just reminded me of home. The whole beat just reminded me of home, and I always get homesick whenever I have a fight. So, it just brought me into like a right mind space to go out there and just be myself, you know. And one thing I feel like I do a good job of especially when I fight, everybody has a different mindset of how you come out. You know, some guys like to be a little more relaxed, whatever, but I make sure not only to my opponent, but that I know too, like, this is a fight, bro. Like, I understand why people call it a sport. And, you know, it's martial arts, and I'm a martial artist in every aspect of the game and stuff. But when it comes to a fight, it's a fight. Like, I'm not going in there to be your friend. You know, I'm like, we'll touch gloves, or like, we'll touch after, you know, and just lock it into that. And I feel like all of it, she says she doesn't really like the walkout. I like the walkout. You know what I mean? I love the walkout. I love, you know, the face-offs. I love every aspect about it, where it's like, hey, like, I'll get in your face. I don't care. Like, I won't touch anybody. I won't, you know, be disrespectful or talk smack, but it's just so I know and you know, like, you know, you see the way I try to finish fights. Like, I'm not going in there to be like, hey, ref, you need to save him or anything. It's like, hey, we both signed up for this. It is what it is, you know?
What is it about the face-offs, the walkout, that type of atmosphere that you enjoy? Because to me, as a spectator, it seems very, very intense. And I'm not a confrontational person. Like, I'm like MG. Like, I'm a people person. I'm a pleaser, even though I might get screwed at the end. So it's like, I will do everything in my power to avoid some type of confrontation.
Yeah.
And just to be in another grown man's face that I know I'm going to get in a fight with, that just is, this is uneasy with me.
Yeah, I think it just comes from childhood, man, if I'm being honest. Like, in no means, most of my buddies that I grew up with, like, there's some bad motherfuckers. There's some wild boys, you know what I mean? So I wasn't even, like, I was in the middle half of it, where it's like I'm trying to play sports, like I told you last time too, and like other times I'm trying to over here do some hood rat shit with my friends, but I lied right in the middle. So it was just, you know how young kid, you see some OGs, like, I want to be a hard motherfucker too, you know? Like, and it just, for some reason, it brings me back to like that, growing up in the hood and trying to go out there and just, just being a kid, like, hey, you want to go bodies? It's like, well, fuck it, I'm down, you know? So, and it just brings me back. It's almost like nostalgic, where I'm like, I don't have to be a civilized, you know. If you know me, I'm just exactly like you guys. You know what I mean? I'm a giver. I give, you know what I mean? Yeah, I give beatings too. Yeah, all of it, dude. I love people. I'm a people person and stuff, but that's the one place where it's like, hey, it's okay to, you know, look at Kent. Kent is such an amazing family man. He loves his people. He'll do absolutely anything for you. If he fucks with you and loves you, he's like a ride or die, you know. And then you see Kent, the fighter. You can't tell me that doesn't tap in from the things he's gone through in his life. And you know what I mean? Yeah. He's a wild boy. It's like being able to like kind of disconnect from other things and bring that out.
That was the one thing that was missing that night.
Kent, yeah.
That's the one thing that was missing. I was telling my wife, I was like, man, I wish Kent was fighting on this card.
Yeah, that would have been wild. Especially all of us fighting on that together, bro. That'd be... And you already know Kent would close out the show, man. That's fucking special.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I was like, man, well, we got to wait until April, I guess.
Yeah, fucking dummy, dude.
So, you enjoy the lights, you enjoy the walkout. Are you nervous during this fight? How are you this fight versus other fights? You know, you're coming off of, your last fight was karate combat. It wasn't even MMA. So, like, how are you feeling? When was your last MMA fight?
Maybe like
2 years
6 months before that. So like about 2 years.
So 2013 we're looking at? I mean, not 13, 23?
23, yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking at 2023 since your last MMA fight. What's the feeling going into this one? Are you nervous? Are you like, I gotta get this win? How are you feeling mentally about this?
I feel like it changes every fight with what you're going through in life or what you're going through, like, just in your career, like coming off a loss like that, like I just did too, you know, and having those mental battles with yourself, no matter what. There's always good thoughts and bad thoughts going into a fight. That's everybody, you know, like what's the best case scenario? It's not even being afraid of your opponent. It's just like the unknown, you know, but I don't know. I just felt, even in the karate combat loss, I was able to find myself a little more. Like, I feel like I performed pretty well for 2 weeks, you know. That was the only shot it really caught me with in the face at the very end of the second round, you know, of how to stay focused and relaxed at the same time. like not too relaxed, because that fight I felt like I was doing really well. I was on point, and then I lost focus for a second where it's like, nah, you know, like this fool hasn't touched my face. Let me just relax. And I relaxed my body. It's good on him. He exploded on me and just ran at me with some shots and caught me, you know. And I think that's what helped me understand like this fight too, where it's like, hey, like, even when you think you got it in the bag, you don't got it in the bag. That's just MMA. You know what I mean? Even when you feel like you're in a comfortable position, I have to be locked in the entire time. And that's all I was thinking about in the locker room. Like, the chips are going to lay where they lay, but I just need to be focused mentally the entire time.
You were red, right?
Yeah, red corner.
So you and Zeke were in the same corner. Was Chris not back there with you guys?
Yeah. It
was so everybody was red for Rise. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Did you guys as a team, do you guys meet before you guys go to the Maverick Center? Do you guys converse? Do you guys have any like pep talks as a team? Because you guys were all on the same card.
Yeah, sometimes we'll do like a shakeout together, or I have the guys do it on their own if they don't want to come meet up and do like a morning or little shakeout, or I'll send them like a text of, hey, this is what we worked on. This is a game plan. Just go over it. Don't overthink it. Just focus on these 3 bullet points. That's it. So we just meet there and then just vibe out in the locker room, throw some music on, and
what was your day of fight look like this last one?
What did I do? I don't even.
We did a shakeout at.
Oh yeah.
Chris's.
Woke up, had my meals, went back to
Hold on, don't skip by that. What does a day of fight meal look like for a fighter for you?
This time I just had what did I have? Just basics, dude. I had eggs, sausage, some pancakes.
Right, yeah.
Had my all my my multivitamins and everything that I take. That's about it. Nothing crazy. I don't want to.
Marco always cleans on fight day, so he cleaned his kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's right. Throw some music on,
You're cleaning.
I clean,
right before you go kick some ass.
Yeah, bro. Well,
I've
had fights even off of a win, being injured or being hurt, or having my leg, triple the size. So it's just my ritual, and I love doing it. It puts me in a good mind space of just like, I don't want to come home, even if off of a win, even after this, I don't want to come home and clean the fucking place. It's like, God damn it, I left a mess. But it just gets me in the right spot. Met up with Chris. We did a quick shakeout. My boy Tyler came over. We just hung out and talked for an hour, and then just went to the arena. Super low key, man. Yeah, take a nap.
Drive over to Maverick Center and then get your credentials or whatever, and then you just go straight to the locker room?
Yeah, straight to the locker room. Went to go check out the cage. I just wanted to feel what the floor felt like and the mat, because every promotion or every ring has a different mat. That's one thing we learned too. Even with Kent's fight when he fought for the PFL, was like, fuck, we should have squirted water on the ground just so he can wipe his feet on water and get some traction. Because if your feet are dry, they were both. You go back and watch that fight, they were both sliding around. And it's hard to overcommit, especially with fucking monsters like that, you don't want to take the wrong step. So I just wanted to make sure, like, all right, cool. Like, I'm used to this. I know what to do. And
are you able to watch the cards in the back? Do they have it on TV? Are you watching? Are you not watching?
That's funny you asked that, bro. So, they do have them, but, they'll have – sometimes the people commissioner just, have it on their phone or something just so they know when to – bring the next person out or something. So I was going to peek, but I was trying not to, bro. Chris is my little bro, man. I love him. He's been my day one, that kid's special. But I kept going over and oh, Chris is gonna fight. All right, cool. And then I just staring at Caitlin and Amy and other people's reaction to them watching the video, and then they're like, "Oh, do you want to watch?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." And then I go to look, and then Chris need the guy in the dome again, and then I just see them getting broken apart. I was like, no way, not again. And then I was like, I don't want to watch, man. I'm fucking out of here. Fuck this, dude. Fuck him right now. I can't get too emotionally attached to what's going on, And then after he won, I was like, all right, fuck yeah. And then after that, I didn't watch anything.
Are you warming up in the back? Are you because you fought later. You fought on the main card right before Zeke, weren't you?
2 fights.
Two fights. Okay.
Yeah, I was fight number 11. Chris was number 2. So I didn't get my hands wrapped till about fight 6, something like that. Fight 6, fight 7, right before the intermission.
So you're just chilling back there.
Just chilling, pacing back and forth, trying not to look like, oh, no, he's good, man. He's good.
Is there somebody running a boombox back there, or do you got your headphones in?
Oh, I'm always, me or Kent or somebody, I always have somebody bring a speaker, and we got to have music, man. I can't sit back there. Like, I hate going to locker rooms, and there's absolutely nobody, like, saying anything or doing anything, you know? I feel like I feel my excitement and, you know, nerves a little more when I'm just, like, no music, just quiet. People hitting pads, nobody's really talking. It's like, all right. But once you start playing music, you know, you start grooving, you start just having a good time. And, you know, that's what I think is the biggest thing in the locker room. Just throw some tunes on 100%. And just good vibes, good energy, you know.
Are you poking your head back there?
Oh, I was back there. Yeah. I feel like, too, just from I've been in the back or in the corner with Marco now at least a handful of times. And I think that that's something that, for him especially, all of us feel the energy back there, and I think that has a big impact on how you perform, is how you feel. But for sure, for him, if he's in a good mood and he's vibing out, like, he's gonna perform well like that. And if it's like quiet and awkward back there, which it can be, I don't think that's good for anybody. But somebody's got to take the reins and make the shift, you know?
Yeah, I always wondered that, because each corner, red and blue, you guys share a locker room, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if the Maverick Center, it's a hockey locker room, so everybody, it's like, you guys are pretty damn close together.
And if you don't like what I'm playing, bro, you better put some headphones on.
Figure it out.
Well, we can spar right there, too, right before the fight. I don't give a fuck.
That's kind of what I was wondering, because, like, you... Like, who has seniority? Is it like veterans? Like, who?
I just don't give a fuck. I just started playing music anywhere I go. Even at Karate Combat, too, huh? We had the speaker, and I was fucking bumping my shit. I didn't care.
Nobody was like, yo, homeboy.
If you have a problem.
Most people have their headphones and,
Joe Hara wasn't like, I'm the main event. What you doing?
Yeah.
Pumping his.
Yeah. Like, you better try to take the aux cord.
I think Joe can out wrestle you.
Nah,
I think Joe can out wrestle you. Well, you got about 80 pounds on him?
80.
Nah,
bro. I got him thinking now. Joe out wrestle you.
Maybe.
Let's set it up.
Maybe.
You know what?
I mean, we grappled the same gym. We could definitely set it up whenever. That's just my ego.
You guys
now.
do go to a everybody's at a GEMA.
Yeah, bro.
Everybody. I'm like,
Rise,
jeez.
Classic. You know.
Yeah.
It's a squad.
Yeah. I brought this to Zach. I would love to see maybe over the next 5 years or something. And it's going to really take me to just pull the trigger and do it. But I would love to see an all-star Utah combat weekend. And it would be like what I just mentioned, where it's like guys would wrestle or, bench press, who can bench press people say they're the strongest, but let's see who hits the hardest. Let's get the measurements. Let's really see who can really hit the hardest.
We already know who could eat the most. They already did that with Kid. They already did that shit with Kid.
He can't beat Panda?
Yeah.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, that's what the post said.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I was like, you're even the champ at that, huh? This fucking guy, dude.
Still trying to get those
He's
votes.
like, yeah.
I texted him. I said, I know you got a shit. I know your belly fucked up right now.
He's like, hey, free barbecue, I was like,
Facts.
these motherfuckers.
Facts. But I was telling Zach, I was like, man, we should do like a 40-yard dash. Who has the lowest 40, and just like all these things that lead up to you guys being a total fighter. Let's see who can shine in each category.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
fun.
I'd watch that. Hell yeah.
And just make it an event and have the spectators come out and watch an all-star weekend for combat sports. We've never seen it. UFC doesn't do it. No big promotion does it. Boxing doesn't even do it. You know what I mean? And what really made me think about it was the whole myth of Mike Tyson knocking out a horse. It's like, did he really knock out a horse? What will it take to knock out a horse?
Next FitCon or FightCon.
Yeah, exactly.
Just Kent with the horse.
Yeah. MG knows some horses. We can
I'll bring the horses.
Yeah, or just have Zeke, his 13-second knockout, so.
So you're vibing out, you get the vibes, you get called up. And salute to Hunter Partridge. He's yo, you're on.
Oh yeah, he's been doing a great job, man. He's doing awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my young man. So you walk out, great fight. Obviously, you perform really well. You come out of there unscathed. You're not hurt or anything. You give a great speech at the end, salute to the team and doing it, being an example for your students. Picture perfect in my in my opinion. I feel like you did a really good job start to finish. Do we have a fight coming up? Are you already looking to get back in there, or do you want to take some time off? Like, where we at?
I need to make up for time lost, almost a year and a half out from fighting in karate combat, and then longer with MMA. Like, I'm 32. Now's the time to, get going. And I'd like to get in there 1 or 2 more times, but none of this year. Like, holy moly.
Yeah.
If I could do 1,
let's say 1.
Awesome. But 2, right match, you never know. I'm down to go do some dirty boxing, or, do a little side quest and then fight in December here for Fears,
So not even MMA. Like, you're down to do some dirty boxing or
there's
another league.
Yeah, why not? I just love combat sports. Same thing. We're the same, where it's like I just love to compete. It's like, sometimes there's random times I'll just like, all right, I'm going to do a jiu-jitsu tournament now. I'm going to go. Why can't I go do dirty boxing or whatever? It's like doing I'm playing a real life video game, bro. I'm just trying to do all these side quests if I can, and then the main mission is still MMA for sure, and keep that going. But
load up your attributes.
Hell yeah, why not, bro? Experience is everything in this game. So just going out there to compete, and I don't know, man. Maybe I'm a hater or something, but there's a lot of great coaches that don't fight. But I want to be the motherfucker that, like, while my body's able and while I can, like, how am I going to teach you about war if I've never been in one?
That's what I love.
How am I gonna tell you how to react under the lights, or like tell you what to do, or what it's like going to corner here or going to fight? Like, I like to learn from people that have real experience.
That's one thing that I love about where we are in our community is, like, we got coaches that are doing it. I mean, you're an example. Like, you guys are actually do it. You have a track record of what you have done. And it's the same thing with Fierce. Like, what other promotion has a guy that's making the matches go out and fight?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I agree.
Like, Zach went out there and performed really well, got it done in 1. And did you guys have a chance to see how quick that was?
Yeah.
See Zach's performance?
Yeah, I saw that.
Zach
I told him, hey, I want to feel that guillotine, bro. Let's train, dude. I want to feel it.
You want to go to sleep? No.
Nah, bro. I'll fucking...
You guys are the same class, right? He's welterweight too.
Yeah, welter, 85.
Damn, maybe you and Zach get at it.
Let's go, Zach. Just one arm, like do like a grab each other's hand and just a single arm, or
slap contest.
Let's do it, Zach. Just a slap.
I did that with my daughter.
No way, dude. I would never do that.
We've been watching Power Slap, and my daughter, she goes, "Is he dead?" One of the guys.
My God!
He got knocked out, and his head hit the table.
Hit the front. That's the worst.
And he falls back, and like, some of them knockouts are really bad.
No, bro. Like, respect to anybody that goes to do it. You could do whatever you want. You make your money, boo boo. But hey, if you're gonna knock me out, you're gonna earn that shit. Like,
there's no defending.
Hey, it's like, you catch me, fuck it, dog. But I catch you, at least I have a chance. But to stand there and take a shot,
there should be like a button. They gotta make like that a little more competitive, I feel like.
Like, you gotta win who goes first.
Yeah.
Because low key, if you go first and you knock them out, you're done.
You're done.
How do you
decide? You don't.
How do you decide?
It's not a fight. If
how do you decide
take
if you
turns?
can go? Is it a coin flip or what?
I don't know. They don't even show it. To be honest with
That's
you,
fucked
I don't know
up,
how
man.
they do it. I don't know if they do it.
I'd be like, why does that motherfucker go first? Like, what the hell? Draw
that you say that-
straws or something, or what?
I don't know how they how they choose who goes first.
That's where the combine should come in. You
Yeah.
got to do the 40-yard dash. You got to do a push-up contest.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Me and my daughter, so we've been
shit.
watching it, and so we do our own little slap. And my daughter, she got a little. She's gonna be 5. She got a slap on her. I'm like, I'll just stand. I'm like, all right. She'll go 1, 2, and she'll slap the shit out of me. I'm like, damn. I'll go do it to your brothers now.
Which one of y'all hit me?
Exactly. Which one of y'all did this? So you don't watch Chris's fight. You peekaboo. You're seeing people's reactions. When you find out Chris won, what's your feeling?
It's like I knew it. That kid's good, man. I knew it. I knew he was gonna pull it off, but it's just like all right, I can relax now.
But you still got to fight.
Yeah.
And you still got another homie about to fight too.
Yeah, it's just it's more. I feel like I get a different kind of nerves when somebody else fights than when I fight. You know, like it's just when you're not in control and you want it for them so bad. I was still nervous for Zeke, but Zeke's a savage, man. He's already had 9 pro fights, all the amateur fights. So I'm more I know he needs me and I'm still worried about him, but he's a grown ass man, bro. Zeke's a G. So I knew he was going to be fine. I was still nervous for him, but it's definitely a relief to see Chris, do his thing. All right.
Second amateur fight, right?
Third?
No, fourth.
Oh, fourth, yeah.
Yeah, he had that. He's 3-1, man. I don't care what everybody says. He's 2-1 now, but he had that no contest in Idaho where he kneed the guy in the chest. The guy's head got pulled down, so his chin hit the thigh, and as soon as Chris finished the fight, landed some ground and pound. At first, he called it like a TKO, and then you just see the kid look up and just point at his chin, hey, he was on the chin. And then the ref looks around, and then he's like, oh, timeout. And then he overturned the call and
really?
Made it but it's a win, bro. At the end of the day, he didn't need you in the balls, man. I get it, amateur, bro, whatever. I don't know. I feel like my reaction would be, I'm just a hater, huh?
you're
I don't know. I'm just
coach that rides.
Yeah, and
It's also one of those things we're all trying to be.
Not that fight, but even this last one. If some kid need me in the face as an amateur, I'm not looking at the ref unless I got dropped. I get it, the first guy, but even this last fight, I respect that kid. He's awesome. But if I get kneed in the face, and that's just my mindset. Maybe everybody's a little different, but you need me in the face, even if it's amateur, bro. I'm good. I'm looking at you oh, you want to fucking bend the rules? Let's fuck. You know what I mean? All right, let's go to war instead of look at the hey, he didn't hit me.
In pro wrestling, we call that a receipt. So if somebody hits you a little too hard or they do something illegal or something, you get them back. You owe them a receipt.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's all right, fool, hold up.
But then you get called and then they take a point away and then you fuck yourself.
And you're shit.
Worth it.
So we even, right? Even round now, yeah. And they always get the person that retaliates, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing you always learn.
Zeke, he fought a really dangerous fighter in Daniel Trejo. A guy that fought Kent and showed a really good display. He just came off of knocking out a 7-foot guy. Daniel Trejo, he's a solid fighter. What was the feeling getting do you have a say so in let's take this fight or no?
Yeah, I told Zeke that was a good fight for him. And I don't know, man. Styles make fights and matchup make fights, and Trejo is good. Don't get it twisted. For him, he started the same thing, 1-3. Now he's 4-3 or 4-4 after this one. But he came back and he's like Zach said, he went to go spoil the party at multiple places of some monsters, And that fight he had with Kent, bro, it's a heavyweight division. You can get clipped. People he clipped Kent a few times. You go back and watch it. He never dropped Kent. It was I think he threw a body shot or something, and they were moving backwards. He never dropped them. You know what I mean? Yeah, Kent got caught, but it's a fight. How many fights have you had that you haven't gotten hit?
0.
It's rare, I gave him credit that night for sure, because to smack Kent, like that, it takes a lot. Kent's a really good fighter, so I gave him credit for sure. But with the height, and the range, and I thought it was a good time for Zeke to fight somebody where it's hey, you better come out and train, because this guy, I seen Kent knee this dude in the head as hard as he could, and he just laughed and just smiled at Kent and didn't care, So you better come out here and you better train hard, bro. I'm going to be on your ass the whole time, because this is going to be, it could have potentially been a war, Who knows how that fight could have gone if it wasn't for that shot. And I still feel there's a lot of growth in Zeke that he didn't even get to show this fight, which I'm excited about, man. He grew in a lot of aspects that he was already good at, but we refined his whole MMA game.
That's something else that I was going to ask you, is that we haven't really got to see a new version of Zeke since LFA, right? So he goes in, he gets it done in 13 seconds. Hopefully we get to see this new version of Zeke soon. But trust me, as his friend, I'm great, you got it done, unscathed, you're not injured, it's all good. But we haven't seen the new version of you.
Yeah, for sure. that's one thing I told him that I'm excited about. That it's like, hey, I'm glad we both had some. That's one thing I give him credit for too, and I'm proud of him to show up and have 2 tough losses in our 2 biggest opportunities in our lives, and to go out the way we did. It's like, it's one of those, like, if you're friends with somebody, it's like a fucking heart wrench. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I know what you're going through. Same thing. Experience me knowing what he's going through my own fucking trials and tribulations or whatever. And for us to come back mentally and lock in the back, and for him to hit that, like, he was repping that all camp, like pumping that jab, the high-low over. But for somebody to do it right off the bat, it's like, damn, like.
I don't even think Trejo got a shot off.
No, it was like Zeke pumped the jab a couple times, high-low, boom, just fired that overhand,
I think it took Zeke a minute.
You couldn't even
like,
see it, bro. Like, what the fuck? Even, bro, I was in the corner. I was, coming off the adrenaline of Chris's fight, then my fight, ran back there, got checked by the doctors. Hey, Murdoch, I'm good. Boom, change, boom, let's walk out, So it was like a huge, like, crazy roller coaster for me. And to be in the corner, I was, of course, like, my nerves are going again, because I'm like, fuck, all right, now it's time, Zeke's time. And anytime it's a heavyweight division, it's like,
all it takes is one.
Oh, shit. And literally he showed all it takes is one, man. And
was it a temple? Did he get him on the temple?
Yeah, it was like the side. It was like the side of the head. It must have been the temple or the side of his head. It was just
I know it wasn't the chin,
Zeke, dude. No.
If it would have been the chin, he would have
done off the bat. Yeah, and if it wasn't somebody like Trejo, he would have been on the sleeping no matter what.
Yeah,
Trejo just has that iron chin, and for him to still like get hit. And it was, like, interesting, right? Like, even I was kind of, like, frozen for a second. I'm like, is he hurt or is he just walking away fucking around? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, boom. And it's like, oh, like, let me walk away from this. And Zeke threw the punch so hard, he's, like, went straight by him. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Oh, shit. He's over there. I got him.
Redirect.
It's like, he went, it's like an anime or something. You punch through time or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
what
shit.
the hell?
What's
up?
up?
He's put over there. Yeah. Man, that right there.
What a night, bro.
So much emotion. And then Joe Haro to get the win.
Bro.
That fight was insane.
Hats off to both of those guys, man. That's one thing I'll tip my cap to both. Like, that's a fight, bro. That's like a high-level fight you'll see on, undercards and main cards in big shows, too. Both of them, like, put on a performance. And, yeah, real recognized real, man. That was impressive.
That night,
he always shows out, though, man. Fucking both of them always show out and put out in a good fight. I don't even know Horsley, but I give him credit every time he comes out. He's a banger, bro.
Oh, yeah. Tough son of a bitch, man. He's a tough guy. Bro. I said it the whole week. I was like, Fierce got a better card than the UFC. That night, Fierce had the better card.
Oh, yeah, bro. All hitters, too, so man. Dope. All hitters.
Then the Nicole Fuga.
She's a beast.
Yeah. Like, man, just...
And same thing, the sweetest person you ever meet in your life. Like,
only one smiling on the official fight card. like everybody else look like they're gonna take your face off. This one look like she might bake some cookies or something.
She's the best.
Invite you to the barbecue.
Every time I've ever been around her, she's nothing but good energy and good vibes and stuff. Like, I'm happy for her.
Do we have any women coming out of Rise that are gonna be competing on the MMA side anytime soon? Any interest?
Not on the MMA side yet.
No.
Boxing.
Boxing.
Yeah, I have one fighter who has 8 fights right now, and then 3 girls who will be fighting on the mountain medal on top of that. 2 are debuters, but I've got so 4 girls right now fighting.
Nice. And Neve's she's a fucking killer.
She's starting to give me problems.
Yeah, she's really good, dude.
Yeah, she's gotten good.
What's her record?
She's I think 7-1.
Yeah, she's a beast, bro.
Yeah.
You said
and
Mountain
it works
what?
hard.
Mountain Medal?
Mountain Medal, yeah.
What's that?
It's a boxing show that we're promoting in 2 weeks up there in Park City.
Okay, what's the date? September what?
September 6th.
September 6th, Park City. Mm-hmm. Is this free to the public? Do we have the general admission? Where do we get tickets?
Tickets. You can get tickets on our website at Rise Boxing, but you can also just buy them at the door. It's $20 for adults and $10 for kids under... 15, I'll say.
Yeah. Information's
explain
on Rise.
Explain what Mountain Medal is.
I should know this.
Like,
I should know this. So Mountain Medal, it's an amateur boxing show, but we'll have 25s on the card, but we do it as a fundraiser. We do a scholarship program for low-income kids at the gym, and then we also started doing these classes for Parkinson's, and we are trying to raise some money to build out an app for our Parkinson's community. So we'll use the ticket sale money and then do a raffle and an auction and try and raise some extra money to do some of those initiatives.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
How many fights are on the card?
Right, we can only have 20. I have like 23 right now, but I'm sure some will fall off.
Okay. All amateur, or do we have any pro?
All amateur, yeah.
Nice. With amateur fights, are they 3 minutes or 2 minutes?
It depends on the experience, huh?
Yeah, weight and experience. So USA Boxing amateur rules, you can start competing at age 8. As you move up in age and up in experience, it becomes 3-minute rounds, but the little kids, 8-year-olds up through, I think, 13 are fighting minute or minute and a half rounds. And a lot of times the debuters, until you have 5 fights, you're fighting minute rounds, minute and a half, 2-minute rounds. So these will be fast fights.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always see Craig over there reffing. I don't know if you guys know him.
Oh yeah, Craig.
Craig, yeah.
Yeah.
He got my boy Rockless married him and his wife on the radio.
Oh, no way.
That's
good. That's so fun.
So Craig, he would always call into my radio show. I didn't even know he was into the boxing community at the time when he would call into the radio show, because we would always talk. I'd have him on the radio all the time. And then I started following him on Instagram. And then once I go to Dioram, I start to see him ref in all the matches. I'm like, this motherfucker's a ref.
This whole time you had no idea.
How did we never talk about this?
Yeah. I think
That's awesome.
I think he was at Legends or one of those boxing fitness class things. Okay, so we got you said
Mountain medal.
Mountain medal or metal?
Metal.
Metal with
yeah.
a T. Metal. Okay.
Metal.
So Utah. Metal.
Yeah, some
mountain.
Yeah, mountain.
Some mountain medal.
Where you guys at?
Yeah.
Mountain medal.
How many Rise athletes are on this card?
9.
Dope.
Yeah.
Do you coach all of them? Are you on all 9? Or are some of the other coaches going to be helping out?
Well, I'll probably be in all 9. We'll tag team it. Maybe Chris will hop in on 1 or 2.
What venue was it at?
We're hosting it at the base of the Park City side of the ski resort. So it's at the corner store. It's a bar right at the base of the mountain up there. Mountain.
Up in the mountains.
Mountain. It's going to be
dope
tricky.
out
It's
there,
all
dude.
about there. I didn't know we have an accent, but we do.
Mountain.
Do you guys provide the ring, or how does that work?
Yeah, so we set up the ring. We bring everything up. Yeah. So
Does Rise have their own? Do you have a traveling ring, or do you take the one from the gym?
no, I'm renting a ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
hard
you
is
have
that?
to have. It's not hard. There's a couple people around town or around the state who have rings. I mean, setting it up is a pain in the ass for sure, but it's like an IKEA kit with no instructions and like
Oh no.
You gotta
one
just
person
figure
who's
it out.
done it before.
And she's
yeah.
done it so many times that we're looking at her like, is
Trust
this
me,
the
you
way
guys,
we need to
please
put it?
do
It's
not.
fucking heavy as hell too. It's like, this is not where it goes.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but
I've seen the wrestling rings get put up, the pro wrestling rings, and it's like metal, wood. And it's like, geez, that's a
Yes.
lot of work.
it's a lot of work. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Yeah,
good.
it'll be worth it though.
It's
It's
worth
always
it, yeah.
a
It's
great
worth it.
time. It's a great show, good cause, and just to have kids. I love amateur fights. I love amateur boxing fights too, where it's like, dude, you're just helping these kids grow through life.
Mm-hmm.
Like so many people put so much pressure, or like being the dad, like whether it's coaches or dads, where it's like that person that gets kicked out of the game because they're going crazy in the crowd or gonna fight somebody else in the crowd, where it's like, bro, like it's for the kids, man. Just like, if they win, fucking awesome, proud of them. Great job. They lose, well, that sucks, dude. Awesome. Like, I'm not gonna brag about, you know what I mean? Like, we killed this entire team or did this or did that. It's like, bro, it's like
they're 8 years old.
Who cares? Yeah, exactly. They're 14, dude. Who cares? Like,
Well, that's one
doesn't
of the
matter,
things
man.
that I love about amateur boxing too is it's so much about the experience, like in a amateur MMA career, you have 10 fights. That's a lot of fights. But in amateur boxing, we're racking up like 50, 100, 200. Like how many fights does Mayweather have? Like amateur fights, something like 300 or, it's, I think like you have to learn that losing is part of getting better. And I love that there's that culture of understanding that, like, we're not trying to have perfect records. We're trying to fight and get experience and take tests. And
is there a balance to that, though? Because I would imagine getting hit in the head multiple times is not good.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that amateur boxing has a safer rule set, just with, refs are giving an 8 count. There's a 3 round. If you get 3 8 counts in a round, it's an automatic stoppage. If you have 4 8 counts in a fight, it's an automatic stoppage. And refs are giving 8 counts if your head is getting knocked back. If you're somebody in there holding your chin up high and you're getting hit, like, even if you're fine, you're getting an 8 count. If you're not answering, 10, 15 shots, you're getting an 8 count. So I think that fights are stopped way sooner. You don't see knockouts at all in amateur boxing. And I think that's a testament to the refs doing their job of keeping them safe and understanding that it is a sport that you can't have 50 fights and be taking damage 50 times.
The mental side of this sport, MMA, boxing, whatever it is, combat sports, do you think that there's enough awareness of the mental part of this?
I think there is, once kids have gone and boxed before or actually did the training, I don't know if that makes sense, but like,
you can't hide from it.
And what I mean by the mental portion, I'm talking about how to take a loss, how to recover from, not to ride a super high, but not to ride a super low, right? Not to fall into depression, to check your anxiety and this stuff.
That's what I tell them all the time too. This is just this is a tool to help you throughout your life, and vice versa. Like, so much of fighting has helped me in life and how to deal with like high level problem solving, or how emotionally am I going to react to, like, having adversity in my life, or having, one thing I was just talking about recently, of just the difference between like training and sparring and actually going out there to compete and going out there to, like, I don't know, have this extra gear, especially going into combat sport. You can't go in there and just like, hey, this is a fun, of course it's a competition, but in a combat sport, like we said, you get hit in the head, having that understanding of knowing how to control yourself and then explode and be that, confident, strong individual that you need to be at times. Or like, sometimes I'll say it, even like standing up to a bully, or having the courage to go out there and do things that push you. That at the moment, it's one thing that my sister describes really well. It's like, what's the difference between being nervous and being excited?
I can't tell.
There is no difference. No. It's just what you tell yourself. It's what you're telling yourself mentally. Oh, fuck, I'm fucking nervous, man. Oh, shit. It's like, oh, no, like, I'm excited, like, I'm excited to go out there and do this. Like, I should, have these, like, butterflies or these feelings. And I feel like you're like that in stand-up speaking. I'm like that coming in here, coming to talk to you. How do you learn how to deal with that?
Yeah. One of the things Zeke and Chris and I were talking about before the fights, like, Chris and I spoke about it. We were like, it's like getting on a roller coaster ride, and like, you're like nervous and excited, but like, you got to remember that what I told Zeke is like, bro, remember, we got in this line. Like, we forget sometimes, like, especially when you're deeper in your career, you have so much pressure that you're putting on yourself. There's so much sacrifice that you feel like you have to make it worth it. And I think that a lot of times it's easy. I've for sure had to teach myself how to enjoy it again and again. But I was just telling Zeke, bro, it's like a roller coaster ride, and we got to remember we got in this line because we like it. Like, nobody put us in line, we didn't have to fight. We didn't have to sign up for this, but I think it really is an attitude shift. I think, like, with that mental side of it, you see a lot of people, a lot of fighters, especially early on, especially young kids, not even young kids. I see a lot of adult fighters who have had natural talent in the beginning or had the right fights that they have early success. And then when the fights get hard, they're not really about it. Like, it's great when you're winning. It's great when you are tested a little bit, but when it really gets hard, or when you're coming off of multiple losses, I think that's when you really see the division of people who can work through that mental battle and who are really willing to, like, put the energy into sorting out that mental side of it, because it is, like, you have to, it's a lot easier to walk away at that point. You know what I mean?
I think another thing, not only fighters, but just everybody in every day in life, like we all look for our community, right? And I feel like boxing, martial arts, anything is just a tool to bring people together. How else would you and I have met, or me and Kent, or, you know, it's like a cliche that everybody says was the truth. Like you can have a doctor and you can have a felon in the same mats and you learn how to coexist and be together. It doesn't matter if you fight a day in your life. It's just bringing people together in a safe space that you could just, you know, have fun and push yourself mentally, push yourself physically. And I think that's what matters more than the fight. Like fighting, yeah, that's fun. That's what I love to do, you know, but the tools that martial arts given me, it's what's helped me get this far outside of fighting, you know, whether it's everyday life or me going through depression at times, or, you know, problems through like family or, you know, losing loved ones. It helps me how to cope with myself mentally. That's something I struggle with all, you know, growing up and being angry and having problems controlling my mind. I feel like martial arts, if I would have found it sooner in my life, would have saved me from a lot of other troubles that I've gone through.
Well, you guys are helping a lot right now. I mean, I've seen the young adults. I've seen the young kids that are in your classes as well. So I think that you guys are leaving it better than you found it, and that's important. It's very important.
I think that's one of the joys of like coaching fighters is fun for sure, but being able to give an environment for people who maybe never will fight and they go through the same, you know, their destination may be a little bit different, but we see people still go through the ups and downs even though they may never step in the ring, you know, and I think that it's such a privilege to be able to help people walk through their insecurities in that space and their intimidation and see people come out stronger than they started. And I think that's like one of the biggest rewards of coaching is just being able to help people see in themselves something that you see in them.
Go ahead.
And one thing I was going to say, and it's just fun, man. It's fun to train. It's so fun to hang out with friends and just get together and, you know, learn some cool techniques. And one thing that, I don't know, I love our vibe at the gym that even some people sometimes will, when they first come in and they're just talking to the front desk or anything, I don't know if they think it's like fake that as soon as somebody comes in that we see, we're like, oh shit, what's up, man? Giving everybody a big hug or, you know, having a conversation where I feel like whether it's fight gyms or going to EOS or Voss or anywhere you walk in, it's like, what are people thinking about me? Like, what's this? You know, like I'm intimidated by this. It's like, bro, like we all have that own internal shit. We're all worried about ourselves. We're not worried about you, you know, like we try to give off that energy of just like, bro, just be yourself, come in here and have fun. And I don't know. It's like life's not as serious as, you know, and I don't know. Life is serious, of course, certain things, but one thing I'm trying to say is like we leave our shit at the door, you know, especially even being a coach too. You don't think I'm going through shit, but I still show up and I check myself out the door. Why people come there and like the gym, of course, like holistically, you know, like for your body, it's good for you, but that's not a necessity. You know what I mean? Having a gym or a martial arts gym or coming in and do martial arts. In my opinion, it is. I think it's great, you know, for you to be healthy and whatnot, but you know, people are paying there not only for the training, but good vibes and good energy and what you bring to the gym, not just like, hey, show up, like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, go get your work in. It's like, nah, bro, the people don't cover that. You know, you could do that on your own. You could go to Vasa and just pop your headphones on. You could go to the base and rec and do that, but having the good energy and good people around you is what makes the gym, like, exciting and fun, you know?
Yeah, I feel like in kind of back to what you asked me early on about, like, why I started, right? It's like, I feel like one thing I kind of say a lot is like I work too hard for my happiness to like fuck it up on the daily at work. Like I fought really hard to get where I'm at, and I'm going to make sure every day I like enjoy what I do and love what I do. And I think that's sometimes it's easy to be like you get somewhere and then you don't even realize it, but you're the one carrying the attitude that's bringing everybody else down. And I don't know, I feel like I always say that, like, I fought way too hard to be unhappy now. So, like, get your shit-ass energy out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, just straight up.
And people usually, like, after a while, at first, they're, like, thrown off by it. And then they're like, oh, like, they're actually being genuine. And then once they stick around, man, it's like, that's one thing I love. It's like a lot of gyms are either just fight gym or just, like, fitness, you know. And we have done a great job, I feel, of like tying everybody together, you know, the whole community, whether it's kids program, the adult program, the YSA program, you know, like Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, usually everybody's very separate, but I feel like we've done a great job of, and they've done a great job. It's like all of us, you know, it takes a village, even for us to have that big crowd too at the fights and stuff. And a lot of those are like the moms that come to my fitness classes in the morning, you know, that I genuinely love. I genuinely love coaching them, you know, just as much as I do my fighters. And I don't know, it's just a blast, man. It's been nothing but a blessing, you know.
What's your guys' thoughts on Ruben Rivera? As somebody
he's just fireworks, bro. Like whether it's on the ground, whether it's striking, that's just that division. You know, I know 125 doesn't get a lot of love even in the UFC, but that division is like wild, bro. That kid is like nonstop, like you know, bouncing off the walls. Where it's like, bro, like just stop moving, you know. And for his weight class, he has power. He's a dog, you know, and I think he has a lot of good things coming for him, dude.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I was introduced to him at the kickboxing, and I think I might have texted you right away. I was like, bro, like, this kid is great, man. This kid is really good. The guy he fought, I don't think should have been in the ring with him, but, you know, I think that he showcased a lot of skill. One thing, MG, talking with you, you're like, one thing about us is, like, you guys are really striker heavy. Like, you guys have a really good striking at Rise, and Ruben's one of those guys where it's like, I see it. You know, I see it, especially at Fierce Challenger Series 15. A really great performance, and to see how much support he had there, I'm like, holy smokes, this kid got it all right now. Like,
yeah, his family sports, everybody, like I said, everybody at the gym, people travel with us and stuff too. Like, it's like super grateful, you know, and people support him because of such a good person he is too. Like how he is with you, with everybody is like
one of the nicest kids ever. Like when he comes into the gym, like he is, thank you, coach. Like he is showing love to every single person in that room. And I think like when you have that energy, people want to give back, you know, like I think Ruben will have I think he'll have a incredible fan base because of what he brings, but he also performs. And I think that that's one of the things I love about the little guys is I feel like, you know, Ruben's the little big brother, right, of him and Ray. And I feel like, I don't know if I think this just because I'm small and I was the youngest, but we're always like trying to prove ourselves, right? And we're like coming out hot always. But I think like that's how those lower weight classes are. And Ruben is somebody who, like, it doesn't matter who he's in there with. He's trying to beat everybody. Yeah. And that's, I think it's a different.
I feel like we take pride in all the time. And it's like, of course you want to be the best in the world. But one thing I know I am, and she is, and like, that we always tell our fighters, like, you want to be the world's best trier, you know, like, why not
effort
you know,
wins.
Effort is everything. You can't measure effort on anything other than your own fucking scale and in your mind, you know, like, we could teach everything else. Everything else can be taught, you know what I mean? You could teach technique, you could teach everything, but that effort and the will to win and to not quit on yourself, even through hard times, that kid has it, and so does Chris and Ken. A lot of people have it, but just don't know how to tap into it yet. And he's somebody that was just like right off the bat, as soon as we met him, like, oh, we could teach the rest. He's got that dog in him.
Yeah, man, he's a really good kid. And stop dodging me. Come up here on the podcast, man.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
All right, guys, we've been doing this an hour and a half. One more time, the upcoming event. Where can we get tickets? All the information for Rise Boxing if somebody wants to try a class out, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so amateur fights September 6th. You can go to Rise Boxing, click on the events tab, and you can buy tickets there. You can also just show up at 5 p.m. doors open, 6 p.m. start. Buy tickets there. Find Rise Boxing online, riseboxing.com, socials, Rise Boxing. Just search Rise Boxing.
I didn't know MG was a model, too, until I went to the riseboxing.com, and then it's just your
the fucking muscles.
Bro, honestly, though, I've, like, fought for legitimacy and was stressed about having the fitness gym plus fight gym. Like, nobody's going to think we're real. We're just a fight gym, or we're just a fitness gym, and we've battled that a ton. And then we got these professional photos, and now I'm like, shit, I look like a fitness girl on there.
It's like our Instagram is like too professional. We've talked about that. It's like it's too good, you know? Like most fight gyms is all janky, or the gym's all like, you know, trashed or something, or dirty. And like I feel like we do a good job of keeping it clean, you know? Cleanliness is key, dude, you know?
Your guys' gym is beautiful. The aesthetic is great. You got a owner that tags up her own walls. What else do you
Let's
want?
go.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Battle tested coaches too. You know, people go out there and put it on the line. How many total fights do you have now? Amateur and pro together.
Like, I don't know, 68, 9, something like that.
What about outside the sanction?
One. Only one. Only one.
That one in the parking lot?
Oh,
yeah.
I call that sparring.
Like,
I call that
two,
sparring.
actually.
That was sparring, even though it was bad sparring. But yeah, only one real, like, yeah.
You know,
Was
all the
that
fights.
bad?
That's one thing we take. It was that bad, huh? Shit.
Let's not talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. She's like, I don't want to implicate myself.
Yeah, we're professional. We only fight in sanctioned fights.
You know, all battle tested coaches. You know, we take pride in that. Whether it's me or her, or Chris, or Luce has had a fight. Kendra, even our girls and stuff have had going out there and test yourself.
Any upcoming mixed martial arts fights that we should know about from any of your guys' athletes?
First one probably the kickboxing. The kickboxing show. Ray Rivera. When is that? September 20th?
Yeah.
For Fierce. Ruben's younger, bigger brother, 155. He's a stud too. He's fighting on that. Jesus is going to be back on that show too for the Muay Thai. Our other kid, Eitan. We have Ruben, I think, knock on wood, we haven't signed anything yet, I'm pretty sure, but October 3rd. Then we'll see what happens in November. We're trying to see, give it a week and then talk about Chris and, Zeke again, and then maybe me at the end of the year.
You don't want to box?
I thought about it,
Depending on the day, some days he's like, I'm going to do Muay Thai, MMA, bare knuckle, boxing, regular boxing, dirty boxing, and wants to have one of each or something of
At
each.
least a
and
handful of each. Why not, man? I want to compete in everything.
Well, you've said all
I'm a
of
G,
that.
man. I don't even care, man. I just want to.
I haven't heard you say boxing yet. Traditional,
yeah, I'd
leather
love to,
gloved
man.
up boxing.
I've boxed with a lot of pro boxers in Cali and here too, and it's a different sport. I respect it a ton. So don't think I don't want everybody to get the wrong context of it. I'd have to a year at least only boxing if I'm gonna take if I'm gonna take it serious. It's just a different kind of conditioning, different kind of a pace of a fight, and I understand that just from so many boxing rounds I've done, and I know I'll do extremely well, but I would want to lock in for a good amount of time. And right now it's easier to do everything else. It's easier to do like karate combat, for example, because I can use my knees, my kicks, my elbows. I can do the dirty boxing. You got the boxing and the elbows. It's like parts of my game that I'm used to using so much.
My prediction is that right now both of us are still trying to focus on our main career, right? Like he's got mad potential in MMA and I'm probably at the tail end of my pro boxing career, but I think I've always wanted to have, I know it sounds crazy, but after I retire, do an MMA fight. And I would assume that after he retires from his main thing, you'll see him do some pro boxing or something. And I think it's that's the beauty of being in the gym every day and being comfortable with your skill set, but also dabbling in those other things
I'll have
at
plenty
a
of time,
high level,
I'll have plenty of time too. I'm not trying to stop until I'm God willing, if things are good, still in my 40s. I'm 32 right now. I want to keep fighting, man. I want to keep. I'd love to test myself. I want to go out there and see if the techniques that I'm, doing really work or not.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a McDojo. I went out there and put it on the line and win, lose, or draw. It's hey, I had the balls to go out there. Less than 1% even do that.
And then you get MG over at Agima, work on her ground game.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, we do.
Have you took a class at all?
Yeah,
we have grappling and everything. We have jiu-jitsu up at the gym.
Outside the bed, guys.
Yeah. different topic for different day, I think she'd kill it right now, honestly. There's a lot of girls. I've trained with a lot of high-level girls in Cali and here, whether they've been in the UFC or outside the UFC and stuff. And you can fucking crack, dude. Even as a pro boxer, people watch your fights. They're like, oh, that's, there's, I don't mean disrespectful. There's girls that, somewhat athletic and learn how to box and they could still be tough and be down. But to have somebody to do it at the level you've done and have as many fights as you have and treat yourself as a good athlete and have, you look at her body, she's like a ball of muscle. You know what I mean? And a real fighter to have that many fights and be ranked number 2 or number 3 in the nation for a lot of years too. Like, that's not somebody normal, you know? So for her to come over to MMA and with those little gloves, you know, learn some takedown defense, she'd, I think she'd
I
give
defended
some girls
a
problem.
takedown against Ruben. Do you remember Ruben?
Ruben's like, I was tired, man.
He's like, that was like a year ago. Come on.
Class.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, we were drilling. We weren't even going live. What are you talking about? Yeah.
He's like, man, I didn't even shoot.
Awesome. Well, Marcos, where can the people follow you?
On Instagram, just Marco BP Sanchez, and then just Marco Sanchez on Instagram. And then come see us at the gym, man. We'd love to have you. Man, woman, anything in between, kids. Yeah, just come be part of our family. We'd love to have everybody.
All right. What I'm going to work on right now is getting Joel to go choke out Marco.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. Hold up, man.
I'm going to start some internet drama.
Let's go.
Joel will take out Marco.
Do a poll on it.
Yeah.
Don't even say
Damn,
that,
and then you
bro.
see the names who vote.
Ooh,
Everybody.
let's go.
And then we get some real
And
drama.
then Joel actually chokes me out. I'm like, fuck, that's some bullshit.
Nah.
It's like, cut. Have you seen the video of that guy drinking the little Hennessy? Cut.
All right. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at DreRawka, DreRawka. Patreon is alive and well. But if you want to, the best thing to do is to share, like, comment, subscribe. Go download the Fierce Fighting Championship app where you can actually watch Marco's fight. You can watch Zeke's fight. You watch all the boys get down. Next time I come up and get content, hopefully we get a little bit more work out of all of you guys because one round just isn't enough for me.
Yeah, I feel you. Hell yeah. I like it.
If I'm going to put in some effort, I need.
Let's go.
Need
And
my
Joel,
money.
don't beat me up, man.
Joel, let's do it.
That's lingering in Marco's mind right now.
Oh, yeah, bro. I'm going to be fucking.
Joel.
Don't back elbow me, man. Damn, man.
Man, you seen that picture.
Bro.
His back elbow is crazy. You see Jermaine Sterling's last night? Was it last night? 2 nights ago. Against Lopez. Not Brian Lopez.
Leon, what is it? Lerone Murphy and Aaron Pico?
Jermaine Sterling. Al Jermaine
Oh,
Sterling.
yeah. Uh-huh.
He back elbowed Brian Ortega.
Oh, no way. I didn't see that.
Broke his elbow. Yeah.
Joel drinks his milk, you know? He was good.
There's a couple of photos that Fierce has caught that I want to get blown up and put around the studio. Like, there's a few of them. Like, the one I took of you, I want to get that one blown up in here.
Let's go. Hell yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, I want to get some things going. I'm thinking about doing a podcast, like, specifically for Utah combat sports. But, I don't know. That's internal thoughts coming out on this podcast, I guess. But
it's not a bad idea.
Do it.
All right. Y'all have a great day. Have the day you deserve. Always protect your light. We're out. Peace.
Much love.